the Dell G2724D, Gigabyte GS27QC, ViewSonic XG2431, LG32GN650B, and the MSI G274QRF-QD are the most popular budget gaming monitors of 2024. But which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the display quality category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Dell G2724D has a decent 1440p resolution and good color accuracy, but its low contrast ratio makes blacks look grayish. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. Next up is the Gigabyte GS27QC, which boasts a sharp QHD picture with solid contrast. Colors are vivid right out of the box, earning it an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the ViewSonic XG2431, this monitor compromises on resolution with 1080p, but the HDR implementation is a revelation, offering balanced visuals in both bright and dark scenes. It gets a 7.5. The LG32GN650B steps up to a larger 32-inch size while maintaining the 1440p resolution. Its VA panel delivers great native contrast, but lacks a local dimming feature to enhance HDR. It receives a 7 out of 10. Leading the pack is the MSI G274QRF-QD with its wide Adobe RGB color gamut, bringing incredibly vibrant colors to the table. The 1440p resolution looks crisp on the 27-inch screen, making this display a top performer with a 9 out of 10. The MSI G274QRF-QD takes the crown in this category with 9 points, thanks to its exceptional color performance and sharp QHD resolution that brings games to life. Next, we are going to compare them on the refresh rate and response time category, which has a multiplier of 2. Starting with the Dell G2724D, it has a solid 165 Hz refresh rate and a fast response time that remains consistent across the refresh rate range. But there's still some noticeable blur with fast-moving objects. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Moving on to the Gigabyte GS27QC, it boasts a higher 170 Hz refresh rate, but the response time performance falls behind some of the competition, especially compared to IPS panels in this price range. It gets a 6.5 out of 10 from me. Next up is the ViewSonic XG2431, a 240 Hz monitor with an impressive 1 ms GTG response time speed. The Blurbusters 2.0 approved certification ensures top-notch motion clarity, making it a strong contender. It deserves an 8.5 out of 10. The LG32GN650B has a 165 Hz refresh rate, but the response time is a bit lacking, causing some motion blur and ineffective synchronization with the high refresh rate. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Last but not least, we have the MSI G274QRF-QD. With a 165 Hz refresh rate and a fast response time that delivers sharp motion at high refresh rates, it's a solid performer. However, there's some inverse ghosting at lower refresh rates. It earns a 7.5 out of 10. When it comes to refresh rate and response time, the ViewSonic XG2431 takes the crown with its 240 Hz refresh rate and 1 ms GTG response time, scoring an impressive 8.5 points. Next, we are going to compare them on the connectivity and ports category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Dell G2724D is rather basic in terms of connectivity, lacking a USB hub or even an audio jack. It gets a 6 out of 10 in this category. The Gigabyte GS27QC also lacks speakers, USB ports, and LED lighting. However, it does include a headphone output, giving it a slight edge over the Dell with a score of 7. Moving on to the ViewSonic XG2431, it comes ready to plug and play with 2 HDMI ports and an intuitive button interface. Its solidly engineered stand is also a plus, earning it an 8 out of 10. The LG32GN650B has a variant with 1 less HDMI port, but both models include a handy 3.5 mm audio port for connecting headphones or speakers. It scores a respectable 8.5 in connectivity. Leading the pack is the MSI G274QRF-QD with its rich connectivity options. DisplayPort 1.2, 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, a dual USB 2.0 hub, a headphone jack, and a USB-C port with DP 1.2 and 15W charging make this monitor a versatile powerhouse, easily earning it a 9.5 out of 10. The MSI G274QRF-QD takes the crown in this category with an impressive 9.5 points, thanks to its wide array of ports that cater to all your connectivity needs, from multiple displays to charging your devices. Next, we are going to compare them on the build quality and design category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Dell G2724D has a decent build quality with good plastic materials that don't easily flex, but the stand is rather basic. I'll give it a 7. The Gigabyte GS27QC also has an okay build, with good plastic materials for a cheap monitor. However, the stand lacks swivel adjustment, so it gets a 6.5. Moving on to the ViewSonic XG2431, it boasts premium build quality and a versatile stand with a useful carrying handle. The only downside is the lack of RGB lighting, but it still deserves an 8.5. The LG32GN650B impresses with its highly adjustable stand that offers complete control over positioning and ergonomics. The overall design is sleek and modern, earning it a solid 8. Finally, the MSI G274QRF-QD takes the lead with its robust build and fully ergonomic stand, providing rich connectivity options. The slim bezels and matte screen finish add to its premium look and feel, making it a clear winner with a score of 9. In this category, the MSI G274QRF-QD comes out on top with 9 points, thanks to its excellent build quality, ergonomic stand, and thoughtful design touches that enhance the overall user experience. Next, we are going to compare them on the value for money category, which has a multiplier of 3. The Dell G2724D is a decent entry-level option with good gaming performance, but it lacks extra features like a USB hub or audio jack. I give it a 6 out of 10 for value. Moving on to the Gigabyte GS27QC, this monitor really impressed me with its sharp image quality, great color accuracy out of the box, and premium gaming performance at an incredibly low price. It's missing some extras like speakers and USB ports, but for just $200, it's a steal, earning it an 8 out of 10 for value. Next up is the ViewSonic XG2431. While it packs a ton of gaming features into a budget price, the 1080p resolution is hard to justify in 2023 when there are great 1440p options in this price range. Because of that, I score it a 7 out of 10 for value. The LG32GN650B is a strong contender, offering a large 32 inches 1440p screen with great gaming specs and color accuracy that rivals dedicated studio monitors after calibration, all at an affordable price. The slim port selection holds it back a bit, but overall it's a great value at 8 out of 10. Finally, we have the MSI G274QRF-QD. The wide color gamut, fast response times, and plethora of gaming features like FreeSync and MBR make this a top choice for gamers and creators alike. However, the DisplayPort 1.2 bandwidth limit and lack of gamma settings knock it down to a still impressive 9 out of 10 for value. The MSI G274QRF-QD takes the crown in this category with 9 points, offering the best combination of gaming performance, color quality, and features for the price. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the MSI G274QRF-QD stands out with its score of 87.75. It's clear that MSI delivered a powerhouse in the budget gaming monitor space, excelling across the board in display quality, connectivity, build, and value. The 1440p resolution paired with a wide Adobe RGB color gamut makes games pop with vibrant detail, while its robust build and versatile port selection, including USB-C, provide a great user experience. For gamers and creators looking for top-notch performance without breaking the bank, the MSI G274QRF-QD is a no-brainer. However, that doesn't mean the other monitors didn't impress. The ViewSonic XG2431 scored an impressive 77.75, largely thanks to its lightning-fast 240Hz refresh rate and incredible response time, making it the go-to option for competitive gamers. Meanwhile, the LG32GN650B and Gigabyte GS27QC both brought great value for money, tying in the value category with solid scores of 74.75 and 73.25 respectively. Each has its strengths, like the Gigabyte's strong QHD image quality, or the LG's large 32-inch screen and rich contrast. The Dell G2724D, while falling behind with a final score of 64.5, still offers a decent entry-level option for casual gamers on a tighter budget. All in all, there's a great choice for everyone depending on your specific needs.